So in just a few hours, President Trump is set to hold a high-stakes cabinet meeting at the White House as his administration maps out the next steps in their negotiation with Iran.
But Iran is threatening retaliation after accusing the U.S. of violating their fragile ceasefire agreement.
It was self-defense. Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yinks joins us from Tel Aviv with the latest for us. Hey, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. The final details in agreement between the United States and Iran are still being discussed, but tension across the region has certainly decreased. There is hope right now about reaching some sort of deal that would avert a return to war, but also address Iran's nuclear program and open the Strait of Hormuz. Regional officials say that implementation of an agreement is even more important than what is written in a possible deal.
I think there's strong alignment and agreement on what a preliminary draft should look like. I think that, like anything with something like this, it's going to take a couple days to settle on, even down to the disagreements over a word, sentence. So we'll have to work through that. If there's going to be a deal, we're going to have to work through that. But this is, it's either going to be a good deal or there isn't going to be one.
We're also tracking the conflict between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah. An Israeli official told Fox News that preparations are underway for the upcoming meeting in Washington on Thursday that will formally mark the start of the military-to-military channel between Israel and Lebanon. The official added that Iran hopes the broader ceasefire will undermine the current efforts between Israel and Lebanon aimed at weakening Hezbollah. Overnight, the IDF launched a series of airstrikes in southern Lebanon as ground forces are advancing deeper into Hezbollah territory.
Under my direction in that.
Israelis also conducted a new strike inside Gaza, going after the latest Hamas military commander. Guys?
So, Trey, can you explain to us the internet situation happening currently on the ground right there? What type of, is this still the intranet, meaning the Iranians still have control of it, or can they start to see what's happening outside now?
Yeah, open source intelligence indicates that the internet is largely back online in Iran, around 88%. And this is a major development because since even before Operation Epic Fury in early January, the government in Iran shut down the internet, creating a blackout situation for the more than 90 million people that live there. It was very challenging for people to get information out. And we saw those demonstrations against the government early this year, and they were met with live ammunition. President Trump says around 42,000 people were slaughtered in the streets of their own country. So we do anticipate getting new images and information out of Iran in the aftermath of those demonstrations and, of course, the war earlier this year. But it is the first time following a decree by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian that the majority of Iranians can be back online.
Yeah, I mean, Trey, you were saying there were long lines at the gas stations last week, and you were talking about many of the businesses were being closed. They're really being squeezed. We were wondering if they're squeezed so tightly for so long, when do they finally say, fine, you can have the enriched uranium, just leave us alone?
It's a great question. Look, what President Trump has done here is create an unbearable situation for the Iranian regime. The Iranian economy is crumbling as a result of the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports, and it is choking off not only the crude oil exports, but also the Iranians are in a very difficult economic situation. And after they suffered those battlefield defeats earlier this year, they are anxious to make a deal with President Trump.
So, Trey, so the president, they say the president, Pezeshkian, is the one who said, put the internet back on. But I also understand the IRGC told the president, basically, what you're agreeing to with our president, President Trump, is not going to fly with them. So what do you think our strategy, an effective strategy, would be? If we're dealing with a president that doesn't have the power in Iran, our only alternative would be to deal directly with the IRGC, who doesn't seem to want a deal. Is that what's on the president's table today when he convenes in the Oval Office?
Yes, absolutely. It's a massive challenge for the Trump administration, but having talked to the president a number of times this year about Iran and the situation on the ground, he understands who he is dealing with. He understands there is a divide within the Iranian leadership in Tehran. You have relatively more moderate voices like Masoud Pezeshkian, the president, or Mohammad Ghalibaf, the parliament speaker. But then you have these IRGC commanders who would like to go back to war against the United States, even though it's almost certain that they will fail in their efforts to do so. I think we have to look at the situation on the ground to understand how the United States is dealing with this divide inside of Iran. They are still negotiating, working out those details with regional partners at the table, but also they are striking Iran when needed. Early in this month, there were strikes against the coastal areas around Bandar Abbas. It even just...
All right, Trey, thanks so much.
Trey.
Things change by the minute. The president's got a lot on his plate. He's got a lot to consider. I just think that the only answer for the people who are against is you got to go back to the fighting. There's no way we can possibly trust these people to do anything.
What gives me hope, though, Ainsley, is that the president is not rushing. You know, it looks like, you know, that's our job in media, to get the story as it's developing. And we go, bada boom, boom, you know, he's going to strike. He's not going to strike. It's going to be a deal in 7 days. It's going to be a deal in 3 days. But he's taking a moment to breathe, get the cabinet, talk about messaging, talk about the next plan of action. I think that tells the Iranians
along with solutions to common tech issues if you are trying to ask why the digital services aren't working. 1. What Fox News does as a network. The Fox News Channel, FNC, is a major American multinational cable news and political commentary television channel. The core format, it operates as a 24-hour news network. During the daytime, it generally focuses on hard news reporting, national politics, international events, business and breaking stories. Primetime opinion. During evening and primetime hours, the network shifts heavily toward political commentary and opinion programming. Political lean. It is widely recognized for its conservative editorial stance and is the most watched cable news network in the United States. It is owned by Fox Corporation, which is controlled by the Murdoch family. 2. Troubleshooting. Why does the Fox News app/site do this? If you were trying to type a complaint about their digital platforms, like, why does the Fox News app keep crashing? Or why do the videos not load? Here are the quickest ways to fix common performance bugs. If the app is freezing or failing to load articles, clear the app cache, go to your phone settings, right arrow apps, right arrow Fox News, right arrow storage, right arrow clear cache. Check for an update. The network frequently rolls out patches to fix bugs. Check the Apple App Store or Google Play Store to ensure you are on the latest version. Turn off picture-in-picture. The Fox News app features a picture-in-picture video player that sometimes causes the app to freeze when scrolling through text articles simultaneously. Disabling this in the app settings often solves the issue. If the live stream isn't working, verify your provider link. Fox News requires a cable, satellite, or live TV streaming subscription like YouTube TV or Hulu Plus Live to view the live broadcast. If the stream cuts out, go to the account settings, log out of your TV provider, and re-authenticate. Check ad blockers. If you're trying to watch or read on a web browser and things aren't loading, a strict third-party ad blocker or privacy extension may be